Welcome back to the MOZ Podcast. I'm Alice.
I'm Maya.
Glad to have you here again. You could have been anywhere, scrolling TikTok, watching cat videos on YouTube, or reading Elon Musk's late-night tweets. But no, you chose us. And for that, we thank you.
Yeah, thanks for showing up. Honestly, I was half expecting everyone to just binge Netflix instead of listening to us roast billionaires and celebrities.
Oh, speaking of roasting billionaires, let's get into today's juicy topic. The never-ending, always entertaining feud between Jimmy Kimmel and Donald Trump. Folks, this isn't just a celebrity versus politician spat. This is like a live-action sitcom that's been running for almost a decade.
Exactly. Some people tune into the Kardashians. Some people watch The Real Housewives. Me? I just watched Jimmy Kimmel versus Donald Trump. That's peak reality TV right there, and it's free.
So let's back it up for a second. The beef between Jimmy Kimmel and Donald Trump goes way back. Kimmel, of course, is a late-night comedian, a guy who makes fun of everything from celebrities to politicians to, well, even his own staff. And then you've got Trump, who, let's be honest, does not like being made fun of.
Oh yeah, Trump likes to dish it out but doesn't love taking it. Like he can nickname people left and right, Sleepy Joe, Crooked Hillary, you name it, but call him Orange, and suddenly it's World War III.
Exactly. So when Kimmel started poking fun at Trump during his 2016 campaign, and then especially during his presidency, things escalated. Trump began firing back on Twitter back in the pre-ban days, calling Kimmel all kinds of names, like terrible, not funny, and low ratings.
To be fair though, calling someone low ratings is like Trump's version of the ultimate diss. Forget your mama jokes. With Trump, it's like your ratings are lower than CNN at 3 a.m.
And the thing is, Kimmel loved it. He leaned right into it. Every time Trump tweeted something nasty about him, Kimmel would make it part of his monologue. He'd go on TV and say, well, I must be doing something right if the president of the United States is rage tweeting me at 1 a.m.
You gotta admit, that's legendary. Imagine getting roasted by the actual president and then turning it into free comedy material. That's like if your landlord yelled at you and you got a Netflix special out of it.
Fast forward a bit, Trump leaves the White House in 2021, but the feud? Oh no, it doesn't die. Trump moves to Truth Social, his own platform, and guess what? He's still talking about Kimmel. And recently, things really flared up again.
Yeah, this was around the 2024 Oscars, right? When Kimmel was hosting?
Bingo. Kimmel hosted the Oscars, and Trump, from the comfort of his Mar-a-Lago sofa, decided to post about it on Truth Social. He basically said Kimmel was terrible, the worst host ever, and that the show was a disaster.
Classic Trump. Like, if he's not invited to the party, he's going to call the party lame.
And here's the kicker. Kimmel actually read Trump's Truth Social rant live at the Oscars. He literally pulled out his phone, read it to millions of people watching, and roasted Trump on the spot. The crowd laughed and boom, viral moment.
That was savage. Imagine thinking you're insulting someone and instead they use your insult as material on live TV. Trump gave Kimmel a gift and Kimmel said, "Thanks, I'll take that and I'll make it go viral."
Since then, they've been going back and forth, with Trump calling Kimmel talentless and not funny, and Kimmel clapping back with jokes like, it's funny that Trump spends all this time watching me. I'm basically his late night crush.
Honestly, Kimmel's right. Trump hates him, but he can't stop watching him. It's like when you hate a TikToker, but you can't stop scrolling their videos at 2 a.m.
And the feud is still going. Trump supporters pile on Kimmel, calling him woke Hollywood elite, all that, while Kimmel fans see Trump as the punchline. It's this weird culture war wrapped up in a comedy roast. So let's fast forward to the juicy stuff, the recent flare-ups. Just when you think this feud might cool down, it's like a Marvel sequel, Jimmy vs. Trump 3, The Return of the Roast.
And this sequel has everything. Oscars drama, Truth Social meltdowns, and late-night clapbacks. Honestly, I don't even watch Succession anymore. This is better TV.
So March 2024, Kimmel is hosting the Oscars again. And of course, Trump just has to comment. He logs on to Truth Social, which, by the way, I think is just Twitter with less users and more capital letters. And he posts this long rant saying Kimmel was terrible, pathetic, and probably the worst host ever.
Yeah, it was like 200 words of pure rage. You could almost hear him pounding the keyboard at Mar-a-Lago. Caps lock is his cardio.
Exactly. Now, most people would ignore it, right? But not Jimmy Kimmel. Oh no, he took that post, read it live at the Oscars in front of millions, and roasted Trump to his face. Well, to his digital face.
That was legendary. Like, who else reads their haters' comments out loud at the world's biggest movie award show? That's like reading your YouTube hate comments during your graduation speech.
The crowd lost it. The internet exploded. CNN covered it. Fox News covered it. Even The Guardian had a headline about Jimmy Kimmel trolling Donald Trump at the Oscars.
And you know Trump was fuming. I bet the Wi-Fi at Mar-a-Lago was on fire that night. Secret Service probably had to unplug the router.
But here's where it gets even better. Kimmel didn't stop there. A few days later, on his late night show, he doubled down. He said, and I quote, "If Donald Trump is hate watching me, I'm honored. That's one viewer more than Fox and Friends."
That's savage. That's like throwing a pie at someone's face and then handing them a napkin.
And of course, Trump being Trump, he fired back again. He posted, "Jimmy Kimmel is not funny. He's a loser. His show has terrible ratings and Hollywood is dead."
That man's thesaurus must only have 4 words in it. Loser, low ratings, fake, and terrible. That's it. That's the whole vocabulary.
And this just kept escalating. Fans jumped in, hashtags started trending, Team Kimmel, Team Trump, memes everywhere. There was even a meme of Trump photoshopped as a late-night guest with the caption, "Deep down, he just wants to be interviewed."
Honestly, I believe it. Trump probably wants to be on the show. Like, imagine him as a guest. It'd be the most awkward late-night interview in history. Kimmel asks, "So, what's your favorite movie this year?" And Trump replies, "I don't watch movies, Hollywood is terrible, but everyone says I'd be the best actor ever."
That sounds spot on. And here's another layer. Other late-night hosts started weighing in. Stephen Colbert, Seth Meyers, even John Oliver. They all kind of joined the fun, taking shots at Trump while applauding Kimmel for using Trump's own words against him.
Yeah, it was like a late-night Avengers team-up. All the comedians uniting against one orange villain.
And what makes this feud interesting is how it's not just comedy, it's politics too. Trump sees late-night comedy as this Hollywood elite machine out to get him, while comedians see Trump as their golden goose of material.
Golden goose? More like golden spray tan goose.
Fair. But here's the thing. Kimmel has gotten personal too. He's talked about Trump in the context of democracy, truth, and accountability. Like, he'll make a joke, but then he'll pivot into, "This isn't just funny, this matters." And that's what makes this feud deeper than just name-calling.
Right, because on the surface, it's just jokes. But underneath, it's about free speech, the role of comedy in politics, and how leaders handle criticism. Spoiler alert, Trump handles it badly.
Very badly, like Yelp review a restaurant you hate badly.
Exactly. And what I love is that Kimmel has made a point of saying he's not going to stop. He's like, if Trump keeps giving me material, I'll keep using it.
And Trump, meanwhile, keeps saying Kimmel's irrelevant, while proving he's very relevant by posting about him nonstop. It's this endless loop where they both fuel each other.
It's like a toxic relationship, but instead of breaking up, they keep subtweeting each other forever.
That's honestly the perfect way to describe it. And here we are in 2025, the feud is still alive. Trump's running for office again, Kimmel's still on late night, and guess what? Their worlds keep colliding. So here we are, 2025, and if you thought this feud would burn out, oh no, it's hotter than ever. Trump is back in campaign mode, gearing up for another presidential run, and Jimmy Kimmel is still cracking jokes 5 nights a week. And naturally, that means fresh fuel for their never-ending rivalry.
Yeah, it's like clockwork. Trump makes a post at 2 a.m. on Truth Social, Kimmel reads it on air, the internet explodes, rinse, repeat. It's their version of a morning routine. Some people do yoga, these two throw shade.
The most recent dust-up actually started in January 2025. Trump went on Truth Social ranting not just about politics, but randomly throwing Jimmy Kimmel into the mix. He called him a third-rate comedian with no talent and no ratings, and then added that late-night shows are unwatchable garbage.
He must have had a really bad night to just randomly bring up Kimmel, like, "Sir, you're running for president. Why are you doom-scrolling late-night monologues at midnight?"
Exactly. And Kimmel, being the professional troll he is, wasted no time. The next night on Jimmy Kimmel Live, he opened his monologue with Trump's post on the big screen. He read it word for word, exaggerated Trump's voice, and then said, "Well, at least he spelled my name right this time."
That's cold, but also accurate. Trump sometimes misspells names in his rants. I'm just waiting for the day he calls Kimmel Jimmy Kimmel or something.
Oh, don't give him ideas, but the audience loved it. Clips of that moment went viral on TikTok and YouTube. Memes started circulating. One had Trump sitting on a couch with popcorn watching Kimmel like a superfan. Another one said, "Trump hates Jimmy Kimmel so much, he never misses an episode."
That's the irony here, right? Trump says he hates him, but he's basically Kimmel's most loyal viewer. Like if Kimmel goes off air one day, Trump will have withdrawal symptoms.
And the feud's not just entertaining, it's become symbolic. For a lot of people, Kimmel represents Hollywood liberal comedy, and Trump represents, well, Trump. Their feud is like this ongoing cultural clash played out in real time.
Yeah, and the media loves it. CNN, MSNBC, Rolling Stone, Vanity Fair, they're all covering it. Even Fox News sometimes covers it, but with their own spin, like Kimmel is obsessed with Trump. Which is funny because it looks the other way around most of the time.
Right, and here's where it gets interesting. Trump's obsession with late-night comedy isn't just about jokes, it's about legitimacy. Late-night hosts shape public opinion. They're influential. If they're laughing at you, it makes you look weak, and Trump hates that.
That's the thing. Trump can handle political rivals, he can handle court cases, he can handle investigations, but what he can't handle is Jimmy Kimmel making fun of his spray tan.
Exactly. And Kimmel, for his part, knows exactly how to push those buttons. He doesn't just make generic jokes, he hits Trump where it hurts. Ego ratings and public image.
It's like psychological warfare, but with punchlines.
And I have to talk about the Oscars moment again, because that's what really reignited everything. It wasn't just Kimmel trolling Trump, it was Kimmel trolling Trump on the world stage. Millions of viewers, Hollywood's elite, live TV. That's what made it sting.
Yeah, because Trump thrives on being the center of attention. But in that moment, the joke wasn't on Hollywood, the joke was on him.
And people ate it up. The internet loves when someone owns Trump, and Kimmel delivered. The clip racked up millions of views on YouTube in less than 24 hours.
Meanwhile, Trump supporters were furious. They started trending hashtags like boycott Kimmel, Kimmel is woke, and my favorite, late night loser, which honestly sounds like a punk band name.
It does. But here's the kicker. Ratings for Kimmel's show went up after that. So once again, Trump's hate boosted the guy he was trying to tear down.
Classic backfire. It's like trying to cancel someone and instead making them trend at number one.
In this cycle, insult, clapback, media frenzy keeps repeating. And honestly, I don't see it stopping anytime soon.
Nope. If anything, it's only going to get louder as we head deeper into 2025. Trump's going to campaign, Kimmel's going to joke, Trump's going to rant, and the internet's going to meme it all.
Exactly. And in a weird way, they need each other. Trump needs villains to fight, and Kimmel needs material. They're like Batman and Joker, stuck in this eternal loop.
Except in this version, both of them think they're Batman.
Perfect analogy. All right, so we've covered the latest Kimmel versus Trump exchanges, but what really makes this feud fascinating is how the public has reacted. I mean, this isn't just about one guy tweeting and another guy joking. It's a full-blown social media circus.
Oh yeah, you've got people on Twitter, TikTok, and even LinkedIn. Yes, LinkedIn, sharing memes, hot takes, and conspiracy theories. Some fans were literally making polls like who roasted who better. And somehow, Jimmy Kimmel is winning every single time.
It's wild. People have been making reaction videos, GIFs, TikTok compilations. Some have even started late-night style commentary streams just analyzing Kimmel's jabs at Trump. And the funny part? Trump supporters are watching too, probably shaking their fists at their screens while secretly laughing.
Exactly. Admit it, if you say you didn't chuckle at one of Kimmel's digs, you're lying. Even Trump himself probably smirked, maybe while muttering, "This is why I need Truth Social."
And let's not forget celebrity reactions. Late-night hosts like Stephen Colbert, Seth Meyers, and Jimmy Fallon have all made subtle nods to the feud. Colbert even did a segment calling it the most wholesome ongoing feud in America, which is hilarious if you think about it. Wholesome because no one got physically hurt, but everyone's feelings are shredded.
Yeah, it's emotional trauma, but in a socially acceptable way. Parents can let their kids watch it without risking permanent psychological damage, just mild confusion about why grown adults are arguing about jokes on TV.
Perfect description. But the bigger picture here is that this feud has turned into a cultural barometer. How people feel about Trump, comedy, late-night hosts, and even politics gets expressed through this ongoing battle. Kimmel's jokes aren't just funny, they're a kind of social commentary.
Exactly. And Trump's reactions? They're like a live case study in how political figures handle criticism. Spoiler, not well. He calls Kimmel names, threatens ratings, and tries to delegitimize the platform, but all it does is give Kimmel more material. It's like feeding the fire with gasoline and wondering why the house is burning.
And let's talk about the late-night comedy angle. Comedy has always been a check on power. Think Jon Stewart, Stephen Colbert, Samantha Bee. They all use humor to highlight hypocrisy, absurdity, and injustice. Kimmel fits right in.
Right, it's satire 101. If you can make people laugh while making them think, that's gold. And Trump, being Trump, provides endless material. You don't even have to try hard. It's like shooting fish in a barrel.
Exactly, and Kimmel knows that. He's strategic, timing jokes perfectly, amplifying the absurdity of Trump's statements, and making the public think, wait, is he serious?
Which is the greatest question of our time. Sometimes we ask, will Kimmel ever run out of material? And the answer? Not while Trump exists.
Unfortunately for Trump, yes. But luckily for comedians everywhere, the Feud has given them a decade's worth of content.
So what's our take here, folks? I mean, humor aside, what does this feud really tell us about America in 2025?
It tells us a few things. First, media and entertainment have merged into one massive political arena. Your late-night host can influence opinions, make news, and even pressure political narratives.
Second, the public loves an ongoing saga. People don't just want news, they want drama, tension, a little chaos with their morning coffee. Kimmel versus Trump delivers that in spades.
And third, comedy is resilient. No amount of insults, threats, or social media attacks can stop a good joke from landing. If anything, it makes it land harder.
Exactly. And here's the personal truth. I respect both sides. Kimmel's clever, quick, and fearless. Trump, well, he's a master at creating viral content, just usually by accident.
That's fair, and this feud isn't going away anytime soon. Election season will just add more fuel, and you can bet your last dollar that Kimmel will be ready. And honestly, we'll be watching, laughing, cringing, and sharing the memes.
And you can bet we'll be here too, analyzing every move, every tweet, every monologue for your entertainment.
So, before we wrap up, let me leave you with this. Kimmel versus Trump isn't just about who can yell louder on social media. It's about the power of comedy, the importance of criticism, and the absurdity of fame meeting politics.
It's also about resilience. Kimmel stands tall, armed with jokes, timing, and public support. Trump stands tall, sometimes flustered, occasionally tweeting in all caps. Both play their parts in this ongoing story, and we get to watch the show for free.
Exactly. And for anyone listening or watching, remember, laugh, stay informed, and don't take everything too seriously. Sometimes the best lesson from politics is just learning to enjoy the absurdity of it all.
And don't forget to subscribe to the MOZ Podcast. We'll keep bringing you updates, commentary, laughs, and all the behind-the-scenes tea. Hit that button, leave a comment, and share this with friends who need a good laugh.
Thanks for coming back and listening. We appreciate you more than you know. Stay tuned, stay curious, and remember, comedy can be a powerful weapon, especially when wielded with wit and courage.
Yeah. Until next time, folks, keep laughing, keep scrolling, and keep your popcorn ready. The next episode is going to be just as spicy.